Have you ever wondered what might be holding you back from living your best life after 70? So many of us carry unnecessary burdens, whether it's guilt, toxic relationships, or even the fear of asking for help, that prevents us from truly enjoying these golden years. In this video, we'll explore 12 powerful things you can let go of to create more joy, health, and peace in your life right now. By the end of this video, you'll not only discover how to lighten your mental and emotional load, but also learn practical tips for embracing freedom, cultivating meaningful connections, and letting go of those limiting beliefs that tell you it's too late to start something new. Whether you're struggling with regrets, feeling stuck in old habits, or simply want to live a more fulfilling life, stay tuned. This could be the game-changing advice you've been waiting for. So grab a cup of tea, settle in, and let's dive into how you can make the most of this incredible chapter of life. If you are not subscribed, I recommend subscribing and activating the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support means a lot to me. And if you enjoyed this video, you can help me continue spreading the valuable lessons by liking and sharing it. If you like the topic of this video, please comment 1. If you don't, please comment 0 to let me know how I can improve and make better videos for you. Now, let's begin. Number 1, let go of guilt and regrets. As we age, one of the most profound yet often unspoken burdens we carry is guilt. A heavy, relentless weight that comes from the things we did or didn't do, from missed opportunities, from words we wish we had said, or actions we deeply regret. This guilt can manifest in countless ways. Maybe it's tied to a relationship that fell apart, a dream that was never pursued, or a moment in time when we feel we could have done better or been better. It's natural to feel these things, but the problem arises when guilt becomes all-consuming, casting a shadow over the present and stealing away the joy of what's left to experience in life. The reality is that guilt can suffocate you, slowly wearing you down until it becomes a part of your identity, something you feel you'll never be free from. But the truth, which I've learned through the wisdom of others, is that we all do the best we can with the knowledge, experience, and resources we have at any given moment. Looking back with regret often comes from a place of hindsight, a perspective that only time can provide. We tend to judge our past selves harshly because we now know more, but back then, we were simply navigating life as best as we could. I remember coming across a heartfelt comment from an older gentleman that truly resonated with me. He said, "I wasted too many precious years consumed by what-ifs. What if I had made different choices? What if I had pursued that dream? What if I had saved that relationship? But then I realized all those years of worrying about the past were robbing me of my future. Now, I wake up every day, and instead of asking, what if, I ask, what's next?" That single shift in mindset has transformed my life. His words struck me deeply because they highlight a powerful truth. We can either let guilt and regret hold us captive, or we can choose to let go and embrace what lies ahead. It's a decision to free ourselves from the emotional chains that tie us to the past. Letting go of guilt doesn't mean forgetting or ignoring the past. It means accepting that we are human, that we are imperfect, and that's okay. It's about releasing the burden, not for anyone else, but for ourselves to find peace. Imagine the mental and emotional space that would open up in your life if you allowed yourself to let go of that guilt. Instead of replaying those old mistakes in your mind like a broken record, you could focus on the things that truly matter. Your relationships, your passions, and the simple pleasures of life that bring you joy. The more time we spend living in the past, the less we have to fully experience the present and the future. But I know it's not easy. For many of us, there are unresolved issues that still haunt us. Perhaps a fractured relationship with a family member or friend, or a lingering sense of failure from not achieving something we deeply wanted. In these moments, ask yourself, what would bring you peace? Would forgiving yourself or someone else allow you to finally move on? Or would simply accepting that some things are beyond our control be enough to set you free? Sometimes, closure doesn't come from fixing everything, but from finding the strength to let go and move forward, even when the past remains imperfect. Life is far too short to be lived in the shadows of regret. Every day that you wake up is a new chance to create a better future and to experience moments of joy, connection, and contentment. Don't let guilt keep you from embracing those opportunities. You deserve to feel light, to let go of the burdens you've carried for so long. You deserve to wake up each morning not with the weight of the past on your shoulders, but with the excitement and curiosity of asking, what's next? If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 1 below to let me know that you are still here with me. In the end, it's not about being perfect. It's about being at peace with your past, with your choices, and most importantly, with yourself. So, let go of that guilt, let go of those regrets, and open your heart to the possibilities of today and tomorrow. Peace and joy are waiting for you, but you have to be willing to set yourself free first. Number 2, let go of a sedentary lifestyle. As we grow older, it's incredibly easy to slip into the comfort of a sedentary lifestyle. The body starts to ache more, energy levels fluctuate, and it can feel like the world around us is rushing by at a pace that's just too fast to keep up with. It's tempting to slow down, to rest more, to tell ourselves that we've earned the right to sit back and relax. And while rest is important, we must recognize that too much inactivity can be detrimental to our health and longevity. Letting go of a completely sedentary lifestyle isn't about pushing yourself to extremes. It's about nurturing your body with movement that will keep you healthier, more energized, and happier as the years go by. I understand the struggle. There are days when the stiffness sets in, when every muscle feels like it's protesting even the thought of physical activity. But here's the thing, staying still only makes it worse. The less we move, the harder it becomes to move, creating a vicious cycle of inactivity that can rob us of our vitality. Yet, it's never too late to break free from that cycle. I remember reading a deeply inspiring YouTube comment from a woman in her 70s who had transformed her life by embracing Tai Chi. She shared, "I used to wake up stiff and achy every single morning. It felt like my body was aging faster than I was ready for. But since I started practicing Tai Chi, I feel more flexible, more calm, and much more in control of my body." Her words struck a chord because they show that even in our later years, we have the power to change our bodies and, in turn, improve our quality of life. The truth is, you don't need to run marathons or become a gym enthusiast to reap the benefits of physical movement. It's not about pushing your body to its limits, but about finding ways to stay in motion that suit your needs and capabilities. Walking through your neighborhood, doing gentle yoga, swimming, or even simple stretching can make a world of difference. These activities aren't just good for your body. They're good for your mind and soul. Physical movement helps release endorphins, the feel-good hormones that elevate your mood and ward off feelings of sadness or anxiety. Studies have shown that even mild exercise can help alleviate symptoms of depression in older adults, proving that movement is not only a physical necessity, but a mental one as well. One of the most important benefits of staying active as we age is that it helps maintain balance, flexibility, and muscle strength. These 3 components are critical in preventing falls and injuries, which can be devastating in later life. Falls are one of the leading causes of injury among older adults, but regular movement keeps the body agile, making it easier to catch yourself and recover if you trip or stumble. It's heartbreaking to hear stories of elderly individuals who lose their independence after a fall, but so many of these tragedies can be prevented with just a little bit of daily movement. It's easy to underestimate the power of small, consistent actions. A simple walk around the block can awaken your muscles, stretch your joints, and boost your mood. Gentle yoga can increase your flexibility and help you feel more centered and grounded. Swimming, with its low impact on the joints, can give you a full-body workout while soothing any aches and pains. You don't have to transform overnight into a fitness guru. What matters most is that you find something that you enjoy, something that makes your body feel good, and something that you can do regularly. I often think about how movement is a form of self-love. It's a way of honoring the incredible machine that is your body, a body that has carried you through decades of life. Yes, it may ache at times and it may not move as quickly as it once did, but it still deserves to be cared for. Movement is not about punishing your body for what it can't do. It's about celebrating what it still can. Every step you take, every stretch you make, every bit of effort you put into staying active is an act of gratitude for the life you still get to live. So, if you've been feeling stuck or hesitant to get moving again, I encourage you to let go of that sedentary mindset. Don't let the fear of aches and pains hold you back from experiencing the joy and vitality that movement can bring into your life. It's never too late to start, and no action is too small. Your body is capable of far more than you may realize, and it will thank you for every moment you spend nurturing it through movement. Whether it's a slow walk, a swim, or a gentle stretch, every bit counts. Let your body move, let your spirit lift, and discover the freedom and strength that comes from letting go of a sedentary lifestyle. You deserve it, and your future self will thank you. Number 3. Let go of the fear of asking for help. We often take pride in our independence, cherishing the ability to take care of ourselves, make decisions on our own, and live life on our terms. And while independence is indeed a wonderful thing, it's important to understand that asking for help isn't a sign of weakness or failure. It's a natural part of life, especially as we age. One of the most common struggles shared by many people, particularly on forums and in discussions among seniors, is the difficulty in accepting assistance. But here's the truth. There is real strength in recognizing when you need help, and even more strength in allowing yourself to receive it. So many of us, myself included, have fallen into the trap of believing that asking for help means we're losing control or somehow less capable. But that's far from the truth. Asking for help can deepen your relationships, bring you closer to your loved ones, and open a door to new experiences you may not have had otherwise. I recently read a touching story from a woman on a senior-focused forum, and it drove this point home. She shared, "I used to be so stubborn about doing everything myself. I thought if I asked for help, it would make me less independent. But one day, I finally asked my daughter to help with the groceries, and that simple request turned into something so much more. Now, we shop together every week. It's become this beautiful ritual, something we both look forward to. We laugh, we talk, and I didn't lose my independence. I gained a deeper connection with her. Her story moved me because it highlights something many of us overlook. When we allow ourselves to accept help, we don't lose anything. We gain something far more precious: connection, community, and the comfort of knowing we're not alone. Often, our loved ones want to help. They want to be there for us, but they may not know how to step in unless we invite them to. Asking for help doesn't mean we're a burden. It means we're human, and it's in our human connections that we find strength, not in isolation or in struggling alone. When you let go of the fear of asking for help, it's like releasing a heavy weight you didn't even realize you were carrying. It's incredibly freeing to know that you don't have to do everything by yourself, whether it's help with daily chores, navigating new technology, or even seeking emotional support. There's no shame in asking for assistance. Allowing others to lend a hand can enrich your life in ways you might not have expected. Imagine how much less stress you'd feel if you didn't have to carry all of life's responsibilities on your shoulders. Imagine the joy of sharing even the simplest tasks, like grocery shopping or fixing a computer, with a loved one, knowing that you're not just getting help, but building memories and deepening relationships in the process. I think about how many times people refuse to ask for help because they're afraid of being seen as weak or incapable. But in reality, none of us were meant to go through life alone. Life is about community, about giving and receiving. It's about allowing yourself to be supported when you need it and offering support in return when others need it. There is something deeply healing and comforting in this exchange. It's not about losing independence. It's about gaining connection and understanding that there's strength in vulnerability. If you're someone who's been holding back, telling yourself that you should be able to handle everything on your own, I encourage you to let go of that belief. Letting others help you doesn't take away from your independence. It enhances your life. It creates opportunities for bonding, laughter, and sharing moments that might never happen if you kept pushing through on your own. I've seen firsthand how asking for help, whether it's with something as simple as lifting heavy objects or as complex as navigating emotional challenges, can bring families closer, create cherished memories, and reduce the burden we place on ourselves. And remember, it's not just about practical help. Sometimes, asking for emotional support is the hardest thing to do, but it can make the biggest difference. We all need someone to talk to, someone to listen to when we're feeling overwhelmed or lost. By letting go of the fear of reaching out, you give yourself the gift of connection and understanding, and you give your loved ones the chance to show up for you in ways that they may have been waiting to do. In the end, life isn't about doing it all on your own. It's about leaning on each other, lifting each other, and finding joy in the shared experiences that come when we let go of the fear of asking for help. So, if you've been hesitating, thinking that you need to carry everything on your own, know that it's okay to let go. It's okay to ask. And when you do, you'll find that what you gain in return, connection, love, support, is far greater than what you could ever lose. Number 4, let go of the need to always stay busy. For so long, we've been taught to believe that our worth is tied to how busy we are, how much we get done, and how productive we appear. Society has pushed us to chase endless to-do lists as if constantly being on the move is the only way to prove our value. But by the time you reach your 70s, you begin to realize something profound. The relentless rush doesn't hold the key to happiness. It's time to let go of that pressure, to give yourself the grace to just be, without any obligation to be busy all the time. I remember reading a heartfelt comment from a man who was in his later years, and his words stuck with me. I spent decades running from one task to the next, never stopping. But it wasn't until I permitted myself to slow down that I truly discovered what joy felt like. In his 70s, he took up painting, not because he was trying to master it, not to impress anyone, but simply because it brought him peace. He would sit by his window with a brush in hand, watching the world outside as colors flowed onto his canvas. It wasn't about creating a masterpiece. It was about losing himself in the tranquility of the moment, in the simple joy of doing something for no reason other than it made him happy. This is the gift we owe ourselves. It's time to release the guilt we carry about not constantly doing. Whether you find comfort in reading a book that takes you to another world, tending to a garden with the sun on your face, meditating in stillness, or simply sitting on your porch and watching the sunset paint the sky, allow yourself to enjoy it. Every quiet moment is precious. These are the moments that fill your heart with warmth, and that remind you life is not measured by how much we do, but by how deeply we live each experience. Embrace the stillness. You've earned it. Number 5, let go of unhealthy relationships. By the time you reach your 70s, you've likely experienced enough to truly understand the people in your life, the ones who lift you and the ones who pull you down. This stage of life is precious, and it's time to prioritize your emotional well-being. Letting go of toxic or energy-draining relationships is one of the greatest acts of self-love you can give yourself. You deserve to be surrounded by people who genuinely care for your happiness and who fill your life with joy and positive energy. I came across a wise comment from a Redditor that perfectly captures this sentiment. I realized that some people were more invested in my misery than in my happiness. Letting them go was the best decision I made in my 70s. Those words struck me deeply. It's so easy to get stuck in relationships out of loyalty, habit, or even fear of being alone. But holding on to people who drain you only robs you of the peace you deserve. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 2 below to let me know that you are still here with me. Letting go can feel like one of the hardest things to do, especially when it involves people you've known for years or even family members. We often convince ourselves that we owe it to them to stay, even at the cost of our emotional health. But at this stage in your life, you owe it to yourself to be surrounded by those who truly value and respect you. It's okay to distance yourself from a lifelong friend who no longer adds joy to your life, or to set boundaries with a family member who doesn't respect your needs. Setting healthy boundaries is not about cutting people off coldly, but rather about reclaiming your emotional space and giving yourself the freedom to invest in relationships that truly matter. Imagine how much lighter you'll feel, and how much more energy you'll have to focus on the people who bring you peace, laughter, and support. It's time to release the weight of unhealthy relationships and open your heart to the connections that nurture your soul. You deserve that kind of happiness. Number 6, let go of clutter, both physical and emotional. At this stage in life, letting go of clutter isn't just about tidying up your living space. It's about creating room for peace, clarity, and joy, both inside your home and within your heart. Over the years, we accumulate so many things, objects that once felt important but now simply take up space. I've seen countless heartfelt posts from people sharing how decluttering has profoundly changed their lives. One man's story struck me. I didn't realize how much my stuff was weighing me down until I started letting go of it. His words are so powerful because they highlight a truth we often overlook. Our belongings can become a physical representation of our emotional baggage. When you start decluttering, it's not just about donating old clothes or cleaning out a junk drawer. It's about releasing the weight of the past that clings to those things. Every item you let go of is a step toward freedom. Freedom from the clutter that ties you to memories, expectations, or even regrets that no longer serve you. Imagine opening a closet and seeing only the things you truly love and use. That sense of simplicity and space brings a sense of calm that reaches far beyond the physical. The same is true for the emotional clutter we carry. Just like a home filled with unnecessary items, our minds and hearts can become crowded with old grudges, lingering fears, and worries that do nothing but hold us back. Letting go of emotional clutter can be one of the most liberating experiences. It's not easy, but the reward is immense. Imagine how much lighter you'll feel when you release those old hurts or fears that have been weighing you down for years. Start by forgiving someone, even if it's just in your heart, or by making peace with a past mistake. It's a powerful way to clear out the emotional junk that has been cluttering your mind for far too long. Once you begin letting go, both physically and emotionally, you'll be amazed at the lightness that fills your life. Your home will feel more like a sanctuary, and your heart will have space for peace, joy, and gratitude. It's time to embrace this freedom. Declutter your space, clear your mind, and make room for the things that truly matter in your life. You deserve to live lightly and freely, unburdened by the things that no longer serve you. Number 7, let go of comparison to your younger self. This might be one of the hardest things to do, especially as we age. So many people in their 70s grapple with the weight of comparing themselves to the person they used to be, their younger, more vibrant, and energetic selves. It's almost as if we're conditioned to believe that our worth somehow diminishes as we grow older. But nothing could be further from the truth. Aging is one of life's natural rhythms, and with every passing year comes a new kind of beauty, grace, and wisdom. I remember reading a deeply emotional story from a woman named Polly who shared, "I used to mourn the loss of my younger self, longing for the days when I had more energy, more strength. But with time, I've come to see that there's a different kind of strength in growing older. I've earned these years, every wrinkle, every gray hair. They all tell the story of a life lived." Her words are a poignant reminder that aging is not a decline but a transformation, one that brings its unique power and strength. It's so easy to get caught up in the longing for what once was, to wish we could run as fast, look as youthful, or be as physically capable as we were decades ago. But holding on to those comparisons only blinds us to the beauty of what we are now. Your value does not decrease because you're not as fast or strong as you used to be. You are still you, only wiser, more resilient, and filled with experiences that have shaped you into the remarkable person you are today. Think about everything you've been through, all the challenges you've faced, and the lessons you've learned. That is the kind of strength no youthful body can ever match. The wisdom, the compassion, and the understanding you've gained are priceless gifts that only come with time. So, let go of the need to compare yourself to your younger self. Instead, focus on what you can do now, on the parts of yourself that continue to grow and flourish. Celebrate the fact that you've lived through things that would have broken you years ago. There's a quiet, unshakable strength in this stage of life. Embrace it. Celebrate every wrinkle, every memory, and every bit of wisdom you've earned. You are so much more than the person you used to be. You are a testament to a life well lived, and that is something worth cherishing. Number 8, let go of worrying about the future. There's a saying that has always resonated with me. Worrying is like paying a debt you don't owe. It's such a simple yet powerful truth, especially as we enter our later years. After 70, worrying about what the future holds, whether it's concerns over health, finances, or the unpredictability of life, can steal away the joy of the precious time you have right now. Every moment we spend tangled in worry is a moment we lose from truly living. It's easy to get caught up in the what-ifs, but it's time to release that burden. I came across a poignant comment on a YouTube thread that sums this up perfectly. I realized that no amount of worry would change the future, so now I focus on enjoying today. Those words carry so much wisdom. Worry has a way of tricking us into thinking that by stressing over what might happen, we're somehow preparing ourselves. But the truth is, worry doesn't prepare us. It paralyzes us. It keeps us from fully embracing the beauty of the present moment. This doesn't mean turning a blind eye to important matters like your health or finances. Of course, those things matter, and taking care of them is essential. But it's about finding balance, learning to live with the uncertainty that comes with aging, and trusting that you have the inner strength, resilience, and support to handle whatever life throws your way. You've already lived through so much, overcome countless challenges, and survived moments you once thought you couldn't. Imagine how much lighter life would feel if you could loosen your grip on those future worries and focus on the now. The sunsets you can still marvel at, the laughter shared with loved ones, the quiet moments of peace you find in your day-to-day life. These are the things that truly matter. These are the moments that fill your heart and soul, not the endless spiral of worrying about things you can't control. Letting go of worry doesn't mean ignoring the future, but it does mean trusting in yourself and the universe. You've come this far, and you will continue to find the strength to face whatever comes next. Free yourself from the weight of future fears, and live fully in the present. You deserve to enjoy these years, to wake up each day with a sense of peace, knowing that you are capable of handling whatever may come, because you are. You always have been. Number 9, let go of perfectionism. As the years go by, many of us still find ourselves clinging to the idea that everything we do must be perfect. Whether it's keeping our home spotless, presenting ourselves a certain way, or expecting everything in life to go exactly according to plan. But by the time you reach your 70s, it's time to let go of the relentless pressure of perfectionism. Life doesn't need to be flawless to be fulfilling and beautiful. I came across a heartwarming story that drove this point home. An older woman who had always prided herself on maintaining a meticulous house shared a simple but profound realization. I realized that my grandchildren didn't care if the house was spotless. They cared about spending time with me, laughing, playing, and making memories. I was wasting precious moments chasing perfection instead of enjoying life. Her story touched me because it reflects how easy it is to miss the beauty of the present when we're consumed with making everything appear perfect. That moment of clarity allowed her to release the need for everything to be in order and instead embrace the joy of simply being with her loved ones. Perfectionism is exhausting. It's like running a race that has no finish line, constantly striving for an unattainable goal that ultimately robs us of living freely and authentically. The truth is that the pursuit of perfection only blinds us to the real, raw beauty that surrounds us every day. The messy, imperfect moments, the spontaneous laughter, the unplanned adventures, the little quirks and flaws are what make life meaningful and rich. Letting go of perfectionism doesn't mean giving up on things that matter to you, but it does mean releasing the idea that everything has to be just right for you to be happy. Imagine the freedom that comes from accepting things as they are, embracing the messiness, the unpredictability, and the imperfections that make life real. When you let go of the need to control every detail, you open yourself up to a life that is far more joyful, spontaneous, and fulfilling. You've earned the right to relax, to enjoy the present moment without the burden of perfection hanging over you. Whether it's allowing your home to be a little less tidy or being kinder to yourself about how you look or how things go, it's okay to let go. The beauty of life lies in its imperfections, in the moments that don't go according to plan, but somehow turn out even better than expected. Embrace that, let go of perfectionism, and make room for the genuine, unfiltered joy that awaits you in this chapter of life. You deserve it. Number 10, let go of limiting beliefs about age. One of the most damaging things we can hold on to is the belief that as we age, certain doors close to us forever, that we're somehow too old to learn, explore, or embrace new experiences. But the truth is, these limiting beliefs about age are nothing more than illusions, and they can rob us of the joy and fulfillment that's still waiting to be discovered. Age is not a barrier, and it's never too late to pursue something new. I was deeply inspired by the story of a 72-year-old man who shared, "I always thought that once I hit 70, I'd be too old to learn anything new. But then I picked up the guitar for the first time, and now I play every day." His words are a powerful reminder that age is just a number. It doesn't define your potential or your ability to grow. This man's story isn't just about learning a new skill. It's about embracing life with curiosity and letting go of the mindset that aging means slowing down or giving up on dreams. His journey shows that no matter how many years have passed, there is always room for growth, discovery, and joy. Too often, we're taught to believe that certain things, whether it's traveling, picking up a new hobby, or even starting a new career, are out of reach once we reach a certain age. But that belief is outdated, and it's time to break free from it. So many people in their 70s are doing extraordinary things, from mastering new languages to traveling the world and pursuing passions they never had time for earlier in life. There's an entire world of possibilities that opens up when you let go of the notion that age defines what you can or cannot do. The truth is, aging doesn't limit us. It gives us the wisdom and perspective to approach life with more freedom. Let go of those internal barriers that whisper, "I'm too old for this." Instead, embrace a mindset of curiosity, wonder, and possibility. If there's something you've always wanted to try, now is the perfect time to dive in. Whether it's learning a new instrument, taking up painting, or traveling to a place you've always dreamed of visiting, you are not defined by your age. You are defined by your spirit and your willingness to keep exploring. Remember, your potential doesn't disappear as the years go by. It evolves. You still have so much to experience, so many dreams to chase, and so much life to live. The only thing standing in your way is the belief that you're too old. Let go of that limiting belief and see what incredible things await you. The world is still full of wonder, and you are never too old to discover it. Number 11. Let go of neglecting mental health. One of the most often overlooked, yet deeply important aspects of well-being, especially after the age of 70, is mental health. As we grow older, it can be easy to fall into the trap of believing that emotional struggles, like feeling down, disconnected, or anxious, are just inevitable parts of aging. But this couldn't be further from the truth. Depression, anxiety, and loneliness are common among seniors, but they are not something you simply have to accept. It's time to release the stigma surrounding mental health and let go of the belief that seeking help is a sign of weakness or failure. I recently came across a deeply moving comment on a YouTube video that perfectly captures this realization. An older man shared his story, saying, "For years, I thought feeling down and disconnected was just part of life after 70. Then I started seeing a therapist, and now I feel like I've been given a second chance at life." His words were powerful because they highlight something many people struggle with, the assumption that emotional pain is just part of the deal as you age. But his decision to seek help transformed his outlook, allowing him to rediscover joy, connection, and a new sense of purpose. This man's courage to reach out for support is a reminder to all of us that taking care of your mental health is just as important as caring for your body. Whether it's talking to a professional therapist, joining a support group, practicing mindfulness or meditation, or even just opening up to loved ones, addressing your mental health can bring about profound changes in how you experience life. We need to let go of the outdated belief that emotional struggles are simply something to be endured in silence. There is no shame in feeling lost, lonely, or overwhelmed. And there is no shame in seeking help to work through those feelings. Asking for help is one of the most courageous things you can do for yourself. You deserve to feel mentally and emotionally well, and you have every right to take steps toward that well-being. Imagine how much lighter and more fulfilling life could feel when you stop carrying the weight of unspoken emotional struggles. Taking care of your mental health doesn't just make your days brighter. It can reignite your passion for life, open up new possibilities for joy, and strengthen your relationships. So let go of the stigma, let go of the silence, and give yourself the gift of mental and emotional care. You are never too old to heal, to grow, and to live with peace and happiness. You deserve to feel whole, mind, body, and soul. Number 12. Let go of financial anxiety at 70 and beyond. Financial worries can cast a long shadow over your life, especially as you age. Whether it's concerns about savings, retirement, or ensuring you leave enough behind for your loved ones, financial anxiety can feel like an ever-present weight. But constantly stressing over money doesn't just steal your peace of mind. It robs you of the joy and freedom you deserve at this stage of life. While it's important to plan for the future, it's equally important to stop letting money concerns dominate your thoughts and prevent you from truly enjoying the present. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 3 below to let me know that you are still here with me. I recently read a story from a woman in her 70s on a senior-focused forum, and her words have stuck with me ever since. She said, "I used to lie awake at night, endlessly worrying about whether I had saved enough, whether I had done enough. Then one day, my son said to me, 'Mom, you've done enough. You raised us, saved what you could, and gave us everything. Let us worry about the rest.' And it was like a weight lifted off my shoulders. That moment of release, of realizing that she didn't have to carry that burden anymore, was transformative for her, and it can be for you too. At this point in life, letting go of constant financial anxiety can be one of the most liberating choices you make. This doesn't mean being reckless or ignoring financial responsibilities, but rather freeing yourself from the constant calculation and fear that can consume your days and nights. You've worked hard, you've planned, and now it's time to focus on enjoying the fruits of your labor. Indulge in the small pleasures you've earned, whether it's traveling to places you've always wanted to see, treating yourself to something special, or simply spending quality time with those you love. If the worry still lingers, it's never too late to speak with a financial advisor to ensure you're on solid ground. Having a sound financial plan can provide peace of mind, but once you've taken those steps, it's time to trust the process and let go of the constant anxiety. Life is far too short to be lived in fear of running out and too precious to be spent counting every penny. You've done enough, and you deserve to experience the joy and peace that come from embracing the moment without the weight of financial stress holding you back. You've spent years caring for others, working hard, and being responsible. Now, it's time to care for yourself, to live in the present without being held hostage by the fear of the future. Let go of the worry and allow yourself to enjoy the years ahead with the freedom and happiness you've more than earned. As we come to the end of this journey, I hope these insights have inspired you to let go of the things that no longer serve you and embrace the joy, peace, and fulfillment that come with this stage of life. Now, I'd love to hear from you. What have you learned from everything we've discussed today? Take a moment to reflect and comment below with one thing you've learned and plan to bring into practice in your own life. Your experiences and thoughts may inspire others on their journey as well. If you enjoyed this video, please leave your comment below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Your support means the world to us, and it helps us continue to create content that makes a difference. Thank you for being here with us today.